I am Dr. Ashwin Dobariya welcomes you to Programming in C video series. In this video we will discuss the third category of loop in C language, that is we can say do while loop. Friends, in this video we will see how we can use the do while loop in a different way with the practicals, and at the end of video we will see the difference between while loop and do while loop. So that will be very useful concepts in the case of looping. Now let's we start with the concept of do while loop. So do while loop is also known as an exit control loop. Actually friends, we have already discussed the concept of entry control loop and exit control loop in our previous video. If you have not seen that video, please view the video first for loop and while loop. And again I am repeat the same concept within a short. The entry control means the loop will check the condition first, and if the condition becomes true then it executes its body. But here exit control loop means first the loop executed body, or you can say block of statement. After the execution of the body, then it will check the condition, and if condition becomes true then it will repeat the execution of block, again check the condition, again repeat the same thing. So this is the concept is known as a exit control. Exit means after execution of the block it will check the condition. So again we can say that this do while loop is again very similar to the while loop, but only the difference is do while loop tests the condition at the end of loop after executing its block, and that's why it is known as a exit control loop. If we see the flow chart of the do while loop, then first it will execute the block or all statement of the body, then it check the condition. If condition becomes true, again repeat the statement, again check the condition, repeat the statement. So this process will continue till the condition become false. Once condition become false, then control will transfer outside the loop. So if we talk about the syntax, again its syntax is again very similar to the while loop, but little bit difference. So first we have to initialize the counter variable before the do while loop, then do is the keywords, after that curly brace we have to mention, inside the curly brace we have to mention the body of that loop, means the list of statement that we want to execute, and based on the requirement we can increment or decrement the counter variable. After that, once the curly brace or block is over here, then we have to mention while, another keywords, and the conditions. Here one thing you have to keep in mind that the do while loop always end with the semicolon, and generally the semicolon is not mentioned with the while loop. So that is again the major difference between while and do while loop. So semicolon is compulsory at the end of do while loop. So this is a simple you can say the syntax of the do while loop. Let's we see the certain example. This is a very simple example which will calculate the sum of all input number, and the number will be asked to the users, and for example if users enter 0, then this loop will be stopped. Otherwise, if the user enter the value or a number other than 0, then it will continue this loop. So one variable we have required for the number for input, then sum which will store the addition of all the numbers. Clear screen do, then printf, enter any number. So first suppose if I input 5, then first 5 will be stored into n, and the 5 will be added in the sum variables. Again 5 is not a 0, it means this condition becomes true. Again the control will transfer over here, it will ask the another number, input any number. Suppose second time if I input 10, then 10 will be overwrite in n variables, then previous sum is 5 plus 10, so it become 15. Now sum become 15. Again 10 is not a 0, again it will execute, enter any number. If right now suppose if I input 20, again 20 will be added on that. So this process will continue unless and until the user input 0. If user input 0, then there is no difference in the sum, and this condition become false. Once condition become false, then control directly transfer outside this while loop, and it will display the sum over here. So this is the very simple example to understand the do while loop. Let we see the same example in a Turbo C, and how we can write the similar example but in a different way. So here we have declared one integer variable n and sum, then this character ch we have declared for choice, that for the second methods. So first method, as we discussed, do while, do enter any numbers, then scanf ampersand and then whatever number you input you add in a sum variable, and this process should be continue up to the 0 entry, and once the user enters 0 then display the sum. So this is the first method, or we can say first way to use the do while loop. Let's say I execute this program. So if I input 4, it is not 0, then it asks again another number like 7, then 3, then 2, then 1. So it will ask me the number, but if I input 0, then the loop will be terminated and it will calculate the sum of all these input numbers. So 4 plus 7, 11, plus 3, 14, plus 2, 16, and plus 1 means 17. So this is one way or to write the do while loop. Now the same programs I can write using the user choice. Suppose user choice means what? I want to input the value up to the user choice. Then for that I will ask the users like this. Again input any numbers that will store in a n, then I will calculate the sum. But here I will add one to statement. We will just display the message to the user. Do you want to continue? Yes or no. If user input yes, right, then that character will get and store in one character variable. So ch is declared as a character over here at the beginning, and when the user input y, so y may be a small letters or maybe a capital letter. So if any case of the character input by the user in terms of yes, then this loop will be execute again. Again it will ask, do you want to continue? If yes, again it will execute the same loop. So this process will continue unless and until user input other than y. It means mostly no, right? After that it will display the sum. So this is the another way to use the do while loop. The third way, generally the do while loop is used for menu driven program. So menu driven program means what? Once you do one process, after that you want to display again the same menu, like 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. Same type of program we will discuss in the upcoming videos of practicals. At that time I will explain again this do while loop concept. So if I execute the same programs, and if I input suppose 5, then it will ask me, do you want to continue? Yes. If I press y, it asks again another number. Again if I press y, it asks another number, for example 8. Again if I press yes, then 6. Even in this case, if I press yes and input 0, then it will not terminate, because my condition is based on now character. Now if I am pressing n, so if I press n, then loop will be terminated, and now 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 8 16, 16 plus 6 22, 22 is the answer. So this is the different way to use the do while loop in the program. So I hope friends you understood this concept of how we can write the do while loop. And one important thing is that this do while loop is generally used in a menu driven program that we will discuss in detail in the upcoming practical videos. And now the last topic of this video is the comparison between while and do while. So the first difference between the while and do while is known as entry control loop, or do while loop is known as a exit control loop. Why it is entry control? Because while is checking the condition first, and if condition becomes true, then and then it executes its block. But do while known as a exit because it checks the conditions after the execution of its body. So we can say that it is not necessary to execute the block in while loop. So it will not execute of its block if condition becomes false first time. But in case of do while loop, if condition becomes false first time, then also it executes its body at least one time. So do while loop execute its body at least one time, but it is not necessary that in case of while loop it execute its body at least one time. And the last difference is in while loop it is not necessary to mention semicolon, but in do while loop it is compulsory to mention semicolon. So I hope friends you enjoy this video, and in the next video we will discuss another important control statement, that is switch case. And in this video description part I have also mentioned the link of other theory and practical videos for your reference. So please friends share this video, like these videos, and also give your comments about the videos. You give your feedback about the videos in the comment of the videos, and for getting the updates of upcoming videos, please subscribe these channels. So once again, we'll meet in the next videos with the new concept, that is switch case. Thank you very much.